before we begin, you may realize that this is a very long video. So as usual, we have included a timestamp of our discussion and reaction to help you navigate our video. And as you may know, this episode may include a topic that may be triggering to some people, and we just want to say please take care of yourself and reach out to your loved ones whenever you need it. You're never alone, and we hope you are okay on your side of the pond. And now, let's get on with the video.
Halo, selamat pagi, I'm Neo.
Hola, ¿cómo están? I'm Naus. Just kidding. Just kidding. This is special for you guys who have been here like since the start. Yeah, she's Naus. I'm Neo. Hello.
Yeah,
if this is your
first. Yeah, if this is your first time watching the videos, I'm Naus.
I'm Neo.
And we're watching Arcane, episode 9 of season 2, and this is the last episode.
The final episode of season 2 and the final episode of the whole series, and it's annoying because
I don't want this to end.
Sorry, what?
I don't want this to end ever.
Yeah, me too. When in case you don't know, when we first watched it, I thought it doesn't end here. I thought once we finish season 2, we're going to have to wait with you guys for season 3, but apparently. That's all. This is all there is. And I guess financially it makes sense because like this project is expensive, but like it's worth it. It's totally worth the investment.
The animation, it's insane. Yeah. I just want to watch another show written by the same writers. Any show, I'll eat it up.
Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, so the writers, but I also wonder like, will it give the same punch if it's from a different animation studio or with with less budget?
Plays a huge role. Yeah.
Yeah, but for us personally, at least for me, I don't know about you, Naus, but for me personally, I think the writing is really top tier. Like, it's kind of predictable at some points, but in a
good way.
Yeah, because they executed everything so well, and before we talk about what we heard from other people regarding the writing of season 2, like, do you personally have any thoughts about the writing so far? Because for me personally, I think it's really good. Yeah, what about you?
I have very mixed feelings. I feel like season 1 is so good at world building and like being immersive and like drawing you into this world, and these characters is very character driven. The second season is more, well, and a lot of action too, like fights and stuff, all the slow-mo stuff. Not that much of a fan of that, but it's greatly animated, so I don't mind it. Season 2 is more plot.
Yeah, definitely.
More fast-paced, definitely. But weirdly enough, I think I'm following season 2 better than season 1 because I'm more familiar now with the names. I was so lost with the names. It happens with every fantasy setting, like whether it's a book, a show, or a movie. At first you're kind of like, you don't have the map, so we even commented that, like, we don't have a map to see, or where's Piltover, where's Zaun, where's Noxus, like,
the geography.
Now, how many episodes? 18 episodes in, now we know the characters, the names, the places. It's easier for me to follow, and also like how Shimmer works, Hextag, etc. But I'm not that sure I'm following the writing for some characters, like especially my only like bone to pick is with, I think, Mel, and that Ambessa was introduced so late in the I
New
feel
Story,
like
season one,
this doesn't seem like a final season
yeah.
to me.
I know.
Right now, the last arc, I mean, what's it called? Act 3 of season 2. It does seem like a final season,
It
but
does,
I feel like they squeezed in everything in Acts 1 and 2, season 2. That could have been a whole season, and then this second or third part of the plot could have been another season. So they developed the storylines of like Mel and Singe.
Yeah.
They could have developed that a little more.
I feel like what's better is that if they introduce Ambessa as the villain in season 2, because like season 1 is like all about Silco, season 2 is about Ambessa, season 3 and maybe about Viktor or something, and then
Yeah.
so like the reveal about Mel would have been good if it's like if it's drawn out more, like the Mel and Ambessa storyline, the Rose, like if it's the sun, yeah, it's just too much, like too much crammed in
Too
But-
little time.
yeah. I guess when it comes to the plot, it's fine. It's just the pacing, I guess, and I
Yeah,
think this show
pacing.
would have been would have gotten so much better, or would have gotten a lot of help if it has one more season, right? And
But
Mhm.
the other thing is, like, if you ask me personally, which one I've been enjoying more, I think it's season 2 actually. But I also know why. I also know why, and
Why?
it's because I'm more emotionally attached to the characters
The
and I'm more
characters, yeah.
invested. Because at first,
no, go on.
I was gonna say, the only thing with season 2 is that Vander and Silco are such fundamental and important characters, and they're barely in season 2. Well, because they're dead, but I mean, they kind of seem now like a side story.
Mhm.
Like they're kind of like in the back. It's just like a part of Jinx and Vi's lore. I feel like they could have been more. I don't want to say important because they are important for the plot, because obviously they're connected to them through Felicia is the mom's name.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they were their ideals of like Zaun and everything. Of course, they're important, but I feel like there could have been more direct influence in the plot in season 2.
I don't know how they can do that when they're dead.
I know. They were killed off too early. That's my only like.
Yeah,
It's sad.
for me, like, I think the writing is already okay. Like, for me, the writing is okay. It's just the pacing. And, but now that I'm looking back, like, it makes sense for Mel to, like, they push Mel's transformation all the way into the 8th episode, because after she comes out, she will meet Jayce, and, like, there's no way she will transform earlier before Jayce goes through that epiphany, I guess, because it will be disjointed, right? There's no way, like, Mel as a counselor, and then she suddenly comes in here, and then with new powers, and then like that will be a shock. I don't know. I think so far, like, with what they're trying to do, it seems I get the writing choice, I get the writing decision, but I feel like if only the resources aren't limited, they would have been able to make a better pacing, make this a better pacing. Yeah, that's my only qualms, and I feel like I understand what you mean by you saying, oh, okay, season 2 seems better, even though we haven't seen. Oh no, are we jumping the gun, because we probably should have like watched the final episode first before.
Yeah, I was gonna say
judging.
this is no, but it's good that we're doing this now, because if you guys don't know, for us, the ending plays a very important role in the
True.
show. So this is our judgment until now. It can go very wrong, it can go very well, it can just stay the same.
I personally don't really like the ending of the first season simply because it's too anticlimactic, and I feel like episode 1 of season 2
when we started,
will be a better
Agreed.
ending of season 1, and
Absolutely.
now it all also depends on this final episode of season 2. But for now, I don't know if I say this because I'm influenced by your opinion or not, but I also think I have been enjoying season 2 better. And yeah, I think that a lot of it has something to do with us like getting attached with the characters
invested.
already.
Yeah. Definitely. There's always that possibility. It's normal. The only thing I'm worried about with the season being more... I said at the beginning, season 1 is more characters, season 2 is more plot, but what I did like about season 1 is that it was very political. Like all these alliances, all these like the way they were working in like Silco's part and Vander and then the council. It was very political, like the alliances and everything. And season 2 took a turn into some like a lot of like heavily like fantasy, a lot of magic, a lot of this stuff, but the political plot stayed a little bit. It kind of like
It would have been helped a lot.
It was
if they...
developed.
It was developed.
No, it was developed up until the scene and the when what's it called? When Jinx was in the prison and everyone was like dressed as Jinx. Like I was really liking where this was going with like Zaun and everything. And then the whole Zaun thing it's kind of in the back again. And again, it's the same with Silco and Vander. Like I feel like that was one plot, like Zaun versus Piltover, and we were all the time like there's gonna be a war. It ended up in a riot, then it stayed there. You know what I mean? Like I would have liked to see more of that. I'm hoping we see more of that after whatever fuckery is going on with Viktor and Jayce. But it seems like it escalated to a whole different level. Like this is not just political, it's like humanity versus whatever, universe, God.
But then by doing something great, they forgot to do something good. By doing something great, winning against Noxus, they forgot to do something good, which is to give Zaun its independence.
Yeah. So I really want to see how that turns out. Like they cannot not address that.
We kind of touched this a little bit on the previous episode though, because like we hope that with Zaun Knight's involvement in fighting against Noxus, Piltover acknowledged their contribution and get their independence. But we'll see.
And I hope my boy Ekko is going to be the leader of Zaun now.
I feel like he will, because it won't be Savika. Savika will not really.
No, she does. She's gonna be like, I don't know, secretary or something.
No, I feel like the Avatar will be the secretary, because the Avatar has always been with
Avatar
Ekko since the very beginning.
Diplomatic, yes.
I'm sorry,
Avatar.
I forgot his
Does
name.
Avatar have a name?
Because there are two Avatar-like creatures. The first is the one who is an enforcer,
right?
and the green one is the enforcer, and the other, the gray one, is with Ekko. So
it's
we just call them the Avatars. Avatar 1 and Avatar 2. Well, but how are you feeling coming into the final episode?
Right now, I think I'm in denial. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna watch the last episode. I feel the hype for it. I just don't feel like this is the end. Like, how is it the end? Like, there's so much more to see. And I don't know. I don't know what to feel.
I just feel dread. And this is the exact same dread as... Okay, I feel the same way right before we started the last episode of season 1. because I feel like something bad will happen, and of course this is Arcane, something bad would always happen, but at least the dread that I'm feeling right now is not as bad as season 1, because like in season 1 I just expected the worst. I not really expected the worst. I just feel something really, really bad is going to happen, because at least we'll have season 2 to like
make things right, and
to make things right, to solve everything. But now my dread is also accompanied by a hope, because like this is the final episode of the whole show, so I'm hoping that we'll get like at least give us some
sort of
resolution for some stuff, but
to some things.
And but I feel like we'll see death, a lot of death, and probably death from characters we like. This is Arcane, what are you expecting? And also, speaking of, in relation to that, I just want to mention that I think Naus is pretty much blind to this. Although you need to mention about the things that you probably have seen. You did mention that off camera, but for me, I'm not. So I'm blind, but I am much more chronically online than her, and I have seen and not really just chronically online, but I because I thought Silco and Van. I mean, like if you haven't been catching up with us before, after Vander died, I thought we would have no more of Vander and Silco, and so I thought it was safe for me to get into the Zaunites. Zondad's sphere, and then read their fiction and everything. But because of that, I got spoiled by not only Zondad stuff, but also some other plot lines, which one big plot I know will happen in this episode, and one is a very specific scene that I'm not sure if this is the scene that you told me you've seen, but this is a specific scene that happens in this episode, and I actually saw this way before we even like know that we will watch Arcane for real. Like we have been wanting to watch Arcane, but we haven't really like sit on it until December 2024. But that specific scene I saw almost live, because like all my mutuals are tweeting about that. It's almost impossible for me to ignore. Is that the same? What kind of scene? Yeah.
Let me tell you. I didn't see a scene. I just saw like a screen, like a capture of the scene. I didn't see any dialogue. I didn't see any context.
Yeah.
I just saw
of who?
Viktor and Jayce.
That's the exact same.
Like talking very closely.
Yeah. Is it like white? A lot of it white?
Yeah. I think
that's
Viktor
the exact
was in this realm. I knew it because it was all over my timeline too. But I didn't see any dialogue. I didn't see any video. I just saw like a screenshot of it. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. By then I didn't really know the characters. I knew there were Jayce and Viktor, but I didn't know who was Jayce or who was Viktor because I hadn't seen season 1. But I knew I wanted to watch it because everyone was talking about it, and I like scrolled, like I don't know how I avoided the spoilers like the plague. I don't know how I did it, but I did.
And I saw that, but it didn't immediately make me want to watch it. I just something like this happened in the story. That's all. That's what I felt. But then I saw so many fan arts. That's why this will actually explain our reaction to Jayvik in the first episode. Reaction, because like we thought it has something more, something like that. We don't know about Jaymel, whatever, but this may explain our reaction at first. That's all. And
I
so
have
we talked
to say
about
that I didn't really get into like shipping Viktor and Jayce in season 1.
No, me neither. Me neither.
No, I was like they're just partners, and they're obviously like very close, and I really like their friendship and everything. But this season, I've been more like, yeah, I can kind of see it.
But to be honest, I do not come into this. Well, that's a lie, because at first I wanted to say I do not come into this show ready to ship anyone, but that is wrong because I have.
I knew I was gonna ship Vi and Caitlyn. That's the one I was more like the most aware of.
Okay. But when I first when I entered this show, I thought it's not that I want to, like, I don't come into the show with the goal of wanting to ship them. It's just that I have a feeling I will. But funny enough, my first love is actually Zaun, and I feel like they're just my OTP, and they will not leave me. They pull me like under the rug, and I am slipped, I am gagged, they're my dad.
That's so funny.
And I don't know if anything between Jayvik will change that in this episode, but Zaun is still my first love. That's it.
I gotta say, I'm not 100% into any of the ships, to be honest. Like I just said before a moment ago, like I think the best written relationship in general, well, first of all, obviously, relationship as in not romantic, but is Vi and Jinx for me. That's the
one.
best, like most
they're the
developed
core
one, and also Jinx and Silco.
Yeah,
Jinx and Silco is also my favorite. And romantically, the one that makes more sense and it's written well, it's well developed is Vi and Caitlyn. Like that's not even a question. But yeah, I'm also feeling Silco and Vander and Jinx and Ekko too. Like that's very hinted, but it's not as developed. Like I don't feel like any relationships, like romantic relationships, I'm not too drawn to them in this show for some reason.
Fair enough.
But yeah, because I think I'm more invested in like Vi and Jinx. Emotionally, that's what I'm most drawn to, and also it's Jinx and Silco.
Just to give you guys you wanna finish that thought?
No, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just to give you guys a disclaimer, like I will let Naus speak for herself, but I am a shipper, but the show always comes first, and then like whether I ship something that is canon or not, like that's just another thing on its own. Like it's a supplement that makes me enjoy the show even more. But then the show itself is the heart, and I have been in case you don't realize, yes, I will scream whenever Vander and Silco have a scene together or something like that. But
of course, even I did.
Yeah, like you're probably blind if you think like I wasn't enjoying the show and only there for the ship. Like that's all.
No, absolutely not. Actually, that was one of my apprehensions for watching the show at the beginning. Like I knew everyone was talking about the ships. I knew that Jayvik existed ever since season 1. I think like I knew the ship, and I knew Kate Vi too. And everyone who was trying to convince me to watch it, like online or in real life, people from work, friends, they were like, "Oh, but it has canon queer ships," and I'm like, "Okay, but that is not reason enough for me to watch a show."
No, that's a reason for me. Usually, like and in a lot of ways, I think we're just like have different. Like sometimes we have different entry point, and me and you probably are of different like there are many reasons I may start a show, but a lot of sometimes
depends on the show.
I entered a show because of the ship, but then I stayed for the show. But I think I don't know if probably Arcane is one of them too, but I don't know.
But I didn't want.
I feel like I'm trying to defend myself so much to say that. Listen, I am still sane. It almost seems like that, but the show is still it's a banger.
I knew from season 1 that I was gonna be doomed with Jinx and Vi, like for the rest of my life. But yeah, I really I really like the found family tropes in general, and like Jinx and Silco is really a big reason of why I like the show too, and to some extent Vander and Vi too, and like I don't know, all these relationships here and there, like, and honestly I want to say that I think Viktor and Jayce is a big one for me too. Like especially how they're bonding in season 1. Whether it is friendship or whatever, it's really like it's really cute.
Yeah,
really
I enjoy them, but
and
it's
also sad.
Funny enough, I actually like ship Cade Vi more than Jayvik right now. So it's like Zaun, Cade Vi, and then Jayvik, because like
no, I agree, me too.
In canon wise, as in like what we're seeing right now, I need more stuff from Jayvik for me to like put it above Cade Vi. But so far, Zaun is my number one, and then Cade Vi. Like each to their own, okay. And this is not like this is not a competition of saying like which is better in general. It's just like what personally touched me best.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think I agree actually with your ranking now.
Ooh, okay. Wait. Yeah, you know what? She mentioned to me like she out of off camera, like you like Zaun too, probably like the best right now. And I'm shocked because like, oh yes, come here.
Yeah. I still need more, but like I said, disclaimer at the beginning, I'm not too drawn to any ships in the show to like go crazy like I do with other ships that I have.
Yeah.
I'll not say here, but
fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm not as crazy about them, but
fair enough.
I don't know. Maybe if I read fan fiction, I will. I don't know.
I think what made me actually, what I wanted to say, what made me go crazy to them is the fanfic, but actually, like, I wouldn't have gone to like their fanfic if I wasn't crazy about them in the first place. That made me like really thirsty, like, and then right after episode 3, like I am diving deep. But anyway, I'm sorry. Yeah. You want to go on ahead?
Yeah, just to close with the ships. I need to remind you that I was the one who spotted that ship and mentioned it in that episode. And I said, look, I'm shipping them. And you said, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I had my radar for them. I had it.
I don't know if you realize.
Before anyone...
But I actually... And then I said to you, I have been thinking about that ever since they met in the alley. So I actually have been thinking about that, and I'm trying to look like a very functional human being and not mention ship at any moment at all. I want to look like I am sane, which I don't think I am probably, but the moment you mentioned that, it just opens up a dam to me. I'm like, yes, me too. I have been thinking about that. I'm currently watching The Last of Us, and that also happened to me in The Last of Us, because like my radar is like, are they?
Yeah.
But then I didn't say anything until like it's totally out there. I'm like, oh.
Actually, I want to say that, like, I would dare say that Vander and Silco are more romantically hinted than Viktor and Jayce. With the letter, with like the choice of words, the dialogues, I would say that they're more romantic.
Yeah, but
that's just me.
We did argue between ourselves, like, or like, not really argue, but discussing whether there's a possibility that there's a hint that Vander actually likes Felicia, so it's either like romantically into Felicia, or like sees her as his sister or something. And I think there's a lot of gray area that a lot of interpretation comes from. Yep, exactly. And we appreciate and we respect all kinds of interpretation of Zaun, also Caitlyn, Vi, also Jayvik. A lot of the characters, like if there's no relationship involved as well, I don't really care, like, because like it's a gray area, and I ship a ship like for my own enjoyment, not necessarily because like I believe they don't have to be canon. Yeah, for me personally, that's how it is. And everyone may have their different standard of shipping something, so that's fine. I don't that good for you, but for me personally, if I like something, I like something, that's all, and it doesn't have to be canon, that's all.
And you know what, it's just another disclaimer, like, it's fun for us to look for things, analyze things from like a shipping view too, like, it's fun for us. It doesn't really have to be canon. Like, if that's not something you guys want to see, that's totally fine. Like, just enjoy our other discussions, but it's part of the fun for us to watch a show, especially like this, when we have a lot of queer characters or queer coded characters. It's really interesting to do, so it's something that we enjoy, but we also enjoy the rest of the show. So that's on the shipping part. And
we already
addressed
this opening is already 30 minutes.
I know, oh my god. Feel free to just skip to the
definitely. We have a timestamp for a reason, you guys.
But it was, I told you, remember I told you last night that like we're so going to go off in the discussion at the beginning of the last episode, because it's the last episode, obviously. And like, okay, we already addressed the stuff that, season 1 versus season 2,
the shipping, I think.
What about? Do we want to say our favorite characters right now or at the end of the show?
We'll say now, as just mentioning. Wait. Oh, you mean like to
top 3 characters?
Top 3 characters, like no. For later, right? As in like the top 3 characters after season 2. Or season 2? No, later. Because this final episode may change everything. But I think it's fine for us to like just mention during the start of this season, my favorite characters were Silco, Vander, and Heimerdinger. What about you?
I think I said number 1 was Viktor. Number 2, I said I wasn't sure. I couldn't decide if it was Caitlyn or Vi, but I ended up saying Caitlyn.
Yeah, you did.
And then I said Ekko.
Yes, you did. Yep.
I kind of changed.
Don't say anything.
Caitlyn,
no. Keep it for later. Okay. We need to watch this episode first. This final episode first. Okay.
That's true.
Now that we have gotten that out of the way, the only thing left for us to discuss before we start the show, I think, what is your prediction? And like, we can mix this up with like a recap.
I don't like this question. Next question.
Next question is just starting the show.
You answer the question. You answer your own question.
Okay, well, the war is definitely happening, and we mentioned it like in the last episode. If we want to look, if we want to have a what? Is it what?
The war. You've been saying the war is happening.
I believe
saying the war is happening for centuries.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am the war is happening. War is happening. Just because like it's not necessarily because I want it to be. It's just that it's a
no. I know.
It's a
it would make sense.
Narrative wise, like it's the kind of high point that is suitable for this kind of show. Like
Yeah.
the tension will, that is as high of a tension that you can get. And then, but the only way the war might not happen is first if Viktor changed his mind. So like instead of like helping Ambessa, maybe he actually like prepared. He simply said yes only to get revived, and then he will actually use the army against Ambessa. But that is too positive. That is too hopeful. This is Arcane. That will not happen. I do think Viktor will still help Ambessa. And second, the other way the war will not happen is if Ekko goes back in time. So that is a very high possibility. So maybe the war will not actually happen. It's actually probably about to happen, but then Ekko did something. But then that turns everything on its own. And to be honest, it might not seem like a very satisfying ending. It might not sound like a satisfying ending, but I think I actually prefer that. Simply from the fact that it is highly unpredictable, but then it really depends on what kind of outcome that will come out of the time travel. So that is my prediction of it's either war or time travel. That's for me in terms of the plot. And then for the characters, I have a spoiler of Jinx, so I will not say anything. I have no spoiler of Ekko. Jayce and Viktor, we have seen that scene, but I don't know what's going on there and what the outcome of that scene is. I also have no idea about Mel. I think, though, Sinch and Savika will probably have, like, Sinch will have a bigger role here, but Savika will probably not, but we will probably see her probably fighting.
She's gonna make an entrance.
An action?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She's gonna come in and save someone. I don't know, probably Jinx or something.
So Kate, Vi, and then who else? Kate, Vi. Because I'm pretty sure we must have gotten a death. We will probably gotten death. So I assume if the time travel thing is not happening, Ambessa will die. Kate, Vi. So they may die, but if that happens, I am pretty sure I probably would have heard it in my timeline, but I haven't heard it. So they probably is alive. They probably are alive. Mel also. Who else? Did I miss anyone? No, right?
I think I said this last time, but I have a feeling that either Jayce or Viktor are gonna die because of how things are going. Like, one of them has to be wrong and the other one has to be right, and one of them has to win. That's how things are right now. Unless something happens.
Or maybe they're both alive.
Or maybe they're both alive. Hopefully. Or maybe they both die. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it seems like they're in this time war kind of like killing each other. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Because of, you know why I'm saying that? Because of how I saw Jayce holding the hammer like this.
But that is
like,
what will happen if he doesn't stop it. Like, that is an alternate universe.
Yeah, and I think
right?
And I think that is why he killed or tried to kill Viktor, because he knew, like, and that's why I'm thinking, like, what is Viktor's actual goal?
We did discuss about
like,
this.
Because you're saying maybe he's going to help Ambessa. I don't think he's helping Ambessa.
No,
like, that's not a thing.
Wait, you don't think so?
No.
Because that is very out of character for him, right? We did mention that it sounds out of character, but so that's why I actually said maybe he was lying, but then it's too hopeful.
Yeah, the only logical reason, knowing Viktor, knowing he wants to help the people of Zaun, the only strategically, logically thinking, the only reason he would have to help Ambessa is to like weaken Piltover.
Or like make them have common enemies so Zaun and Piltover can stand together. I think you mentioned that last
That's
time,
the
right?
other thing I said. Yeah, I mentioned that too. Or that, yeah, and then they will have to give Zaun some independence or whatever. But I don't know. Like, I know for sure that Viktor has some goal. And I want to know what that goal is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of course he wants...
I don't know.
He wants to lengthen his life, but then... Is that it? Like, because like if if his goal is to only lengthen his life, that makes sense why he wants to help Ambessa, because Ambessa promises to like lengthen his life through Vander or something.
Yeah, but he wouldn't do that.
But it's it's hard to believe
unless-
that's the only thing.
Yeah, unless there's something that really switched in him, and I mentioned this too, like he has to live, he sees himself as God or something, and he has to live to help these people because he's the only one who can save them, but I don't think that's the case. That would be, I don't know. He does seem a little off though. He does seem a little bit like out of his mind a little. Like he's doing
I don't know,
him,
man.
but there's something off with him too.
Yeah, I guess we'll find the answer in this episode. So yeah, I think we have done that recap and prediction already. And we do you have anything else you want to discuss before we begin the show? Yeah, this opening is like 40 minutes. It's the longest opening we had was in episode 1 of season 2. We had like a 19 minutes opening, and now we wow. And we will have even longer discussion at the end, I think, or whatever. Yeah, we'll see. Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe we'll make a
this
separate.
is just how...
We'll make.
What?
Maybe we'll make a separate video for the discussion. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's just start.
Yeah. Okay, now we're
Guys,
really ready.
Yeah, don't forget your tissue. That's all. Because
I
we know
learned my
this is
lesson.
going to be painful.
I learned my lesson, so I'm ready now. I'm ready to go.
I always have my tissue whenever I watch Arcane. I don't know if you realize, but ever since episode 5, I have been bawling my eyes every episode. That's crazy.
It's funny because
Okay, that's
usually I'm the one who cries, or I tell you that I cry, and you're like, whatever. But
Really?
now you're the crier in this one for some reason.
I thought we were of a similar pace. Like when what was that?
I don't know. In general, sometimes I just look at you and I'm like, "Are you crying?"
No. I mean like when you cried more than I did.
No, like when I told you, like every single time, every single episode, I told you about I was crying for Naruto. I was crying. Every
she
single
did.
episode.
She did.
Oh my
Naruto
God,
destroyed her. It would have been great if you recorded it. But like, I'm sorry for bringing another show into Arcane.
I know. Okay, yeah, let's go. All right. 1, 2, 3.
We totally forgot to discuss about the possibility of Jinx sacrificing herself, but yeah.
Well, that's it. They made it seem like that when she left the prison. It's like, I'm gonna end the cycle.
The lyrics.
I know.
But how will that help?
No, I think it's just like her resolution.
For herself.
With nothing to fight or protect.
You do have something to fight or protect.
Vi. But I feel like she feels like Vi already has Caitlyn, so she cut her hair?
Oh, you're right.
Wait!
So she
I just want to talk to you.
Get out of here, Ekko.
I just...
Oh, he went back in time for 4 seconds.
and she did. Oh my god. She killed herself in front of him so many times. That's great.
Wait!
I'm tired of talking.
No!
She was doing that so she doesn't blow him up.
No, so she doesn't blow her up. She doesn't want her to. He doesn't want her to kill herself.
No, I meant her.
Oh,
Someone worth building it for. Someone worth building it for.
his face paint is all.
Yeah. Smudged. Yeah. I noticed.
Okay, time to sink.
One last time.
Trying as I lost and find to
No,
around,
you're
my
always.
ear up
I'm
to the
always
ground.
behind. I'm behind.
Okay, I'm pausing. Is it far?
Tell the story.
Again.
Turn the head.
Yes.
Okay, you're behind.
Oh, the misery.
There we go.
Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Everywhere. I'll never be sane. No way. I'm gonna be everywhere. I swear. I'll never be sane. This is the first time we fully sing.
I know,
everything.
yeah, we did it. I find.
Ambessa.
What the hell's gonna happen?
Yeah, the planning.
Viktor's at the center of all this, isn't he?
I love his new
He
hair
looks
so much.
So good, I know. He looks so good like that. There you go. There's the war. Finally.
My prediction ever since the first episode.
We
of
finally
season-
got it.
Like second or third, yeah, second episode of season 1.
It wasn't between Zaun and Piltover, but it's a war.
Yeah. Yeah, Piltover and Noxus. I'm glad he's here. Like Vendor 2.0.
I know, but it's kind of...
That's the singer. That's from she's from Zaun. No, she died. No. Oh, Ambessa. Ooh.
That's such a cool weapon. I hope that's her League of Legends skin or something.
I don't even know if she's the character there.
Let us know. That looks really cool. That was Caitlyn?
Yeah. Damn, the way Ambessa able to counter that. Oh,
She
wait.
has the green
She has a
shimmer
defense? Oh yeah, you're right.
thing. She put, remember when she was talking, she put all those, she wrapped
Yeah,
them
yeah,
around
that was-
her arm.
that was an Arcane absorber or something
Yeah.
like that. What is that? A monster? Or Viktor's army? No.
Maybe it's, okay, so I think that's Viktor. Because remember when he was doing
No,
the
it
glorious
sounded like a
evolution?
monster.
His face looked weird. Okay.
Oh,
no,
this
but
is Singed Creation.
maybe
probably.
Yeah, it wouldn't
It's
be.
purple.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Viktor. Oh, maybe it was that. I thought it was Viktor.
Maddie's still on her side even after
Don't
got
tell me
broken
that's Vander.
they repurposed Vander. Fuck
Do
them
not.
all. Fuck
Do
them
not.
all. Not Vander. Do not mess with my daddies.
No.
Not Silco,
That's-
not Vander.
That's gonna fuck up Vi and Jinx. But okay, so wait,
As if they
I
both haven't
I
fucked
was
up
mistaken.
yet right now.
I was mistaken. So Viktor is still in the ball thing. There. That's Viktor, right?
Vendor 2.0 killing Vendor 1.0.
Gosh.
I still don't know what Ambessa wants. Her final goal. Like Viktor's and Ambessa's both.
How do we have only like 30 minutes now? But it's like insane.
This is my favorite design of Caitlyn, by the way. She looks so good with her hair pulled up like that.
I think my favorite was with the hair,
Avatar!
with the cape, like the vampire one, when she was evil. I'm sorry, but she
Yeah,
was
I
good.
remember. No, Banner 2.0.
He's dead. Actually dead. Are you kidding?
I'm not surprised though. Like we should expect deaths in this episode.
Yeah. No.
Maddie, keep.
But the thing is, are these deaths gonna be actual deaths, or is it going to be like we're gonna fix the whole timeline thing? I don't know. I'm gonna shut
Yeah,
up
we're
now.
just gonna wait. We just have to wait.
Yeah.
Jinx and Ekko will save everyone, hopefully.
That's my hope. That's my prediction and my hope, but I don't know. Sacrifices need to be made.
Oh, so Vander's bringing Viktor?
Viktor, that's what I was asking. Yeah, Avatar. Oh, the music is so epic.
They're using the gray, I guess.
Oh, there's
Fuck.
a nail in there.
Why? How?
There's a fucking nail in there.
Who the fuck was that? That must be an enforcer. Amo? Is that Maddie? Don't tell me that's Maddie, because there's the only enforcers I can think of who will do that to her is Maddie. But I may be wrong. Because she's using oh fuck.
The rise of the Siths.
You know, I actually like that they skipped the war because
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Yep.
You were right, mother. Okay, now I hate her. I didn't hate her before, now I do. Now I have all the right to hate her.
No, because who else have that sniper and it must be one of the enforcers, and the only enforcers who will do this to Caitlyn is her.
I hope she dies.
Like, she has a reason to.
I
Oh my-
warned you the hazards of professional entanglement.
Or maybe she's posing as, and she's gonna kill Ambessa. I don't know.
No. Maddie is truly changed her mind. What the fuck?
Excuse me?
Desperation is the doorway to oblivion, child.
No,
Excuse
she
me.
won't
Let's
die.
get this over with.
Vi, where are you, Vi?
Appreciate your warmth.
Mel!
How?
Mel!
Thank you, Mel! Oh wow, she really did die right away. Oh, Mel! Are you with an army?
I
or something, or
knew
it's
it.
just you?
I knew I could trust you.
Mel versus Ambessa, bro.
If you care for me at all, spare their lives. There is nothing to gain from this
Yeah.
senseless bloodshed.
What are you
Exactly.
actually searching for?
Like, what is the point?
Escape?
Firelight? Jinx.
My baby!
I love her so much. She's the best.
And a
It's
makeup.
kind of like a ghost with the tongue or something, and the powder. Rosalia?
I don't know. Yes!
I heard Spanish in there, I'm pretty sure.
I do not hear any woman's voice.
There's the firelight, see?
Savika!
Yes, Savika! We missed you, Savika!
Let's go, Savika!
Of course, she was gonna make an appearance. Of course.
That's not Vander, right? Please don't tell me that's Vander. That's not Vander. No, that's not Vander.
I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know anything.
I thought Ekko was going to help by time traveling, but... Whoa. She won't jinx it this time, she won't.
I want to be... In this world, I would be a firelight.
Yeah, me too.
Like the rebels, and they have their own gang.
It depends on where you were born, though. It depends on where you're born. If you're born as Zaun, I would probably volunteer to be a firelight. If I'm born a Piltover, then I don't know.
I don't know, but
I would
I'm for
have
sure I
more
wouldn't be in a full
opportunities in life.
Viktor, I don't know what I want. I kind of don't want him to die, but I don't know what I want anymore.
Honestly, I don't mind if Viktor dies, just simply because of... Huh? It's empty?
It was a decoy? It was a decoy.
It might be. Yeah, fuck.
Mother. She's too smart too.
Where is Viktor?
Jayce, where are you? You have a Viktor radar, right? Don't tell me Viktor is waiting for Jayce here.
I'm unwell. Oh no, so it was him. When, yeah, the thing that I saw.
He has changed.
Despite the circumstances, Jayce, I am pleased to see you.
There must
I
be
love
some
that
part of
new
you still
voice.
in there.
Yeah.
I
Please.
am more than I ever was.
It's creepy.
This isn't you, babe.
Is he able to turn back into Viktor? Actual Viktor?
No, not the army. Not Savika. Do not kill Savika.
Did you see how fast those things ran?
Yeah. No, no. Are they turning Savika into one of them?
I think so.
Mother, look at the price of your ambition. You've sacrificed everything.
Yeah, what for?
Victor's Kino.
You remember.
Shut up and fight.
Caitlyn, I like it.
Yeah, wow, Caitlyn. Oh, this is reminiscent to their training.
Yeah.
Oh.
She killed one of her own. Girl, you're injured. You shouldn't be fighting. Oh, she looks so freaking cool. I love her.
Ew.
Oh god. So they don't actually kill, they just...
Fuck. It's
Vander. I fucking knew it. But it's like evolved Vander. Evolved monster Vander.
I wish he would realize that they're his kids, but I don't think there is Vander in there anymore.
No, they feel like soulless machines. Like organic, but I don't know, soulless beings.
Come on, boy savior.
I feel like Mel looks like something out of a Marvel movie. Like a superhero.
Yeah, she does.
Like Storm, a little bit.
Let's go! Oh, oh.
The way her eyes.
Come on. No.
Not Vi. How does it go through? Ouch. No.
What? What happened?
She pulled the dagger that was in her so that she bled
You
out.
fought well, child.
Now!
A wolf has no mercy.
Black Rose.
For one without the gift, you were quite a thorn.
I think you were right on your prediction.
But Ambessa dying?
Yeah, about Mel being the one to bring her down.
Yeah, it's like the most
But I think she will
you doing,
want to
sister?
talk to her, yeah.
forgive. Yeah.
Try to make her atone for her.
That will be unexpected, but
Wait,
I will
excuse
welcome
me?
that. I have chills.
What was that about?
Wow.
Oh, she died anyway.
Ah, the wolf.
Oh wait, what? For a second there, I thought Mel would show her like diplomatic side once more. Whoa. And the others are answering to her now. Now, Viktor is the only other enemy.
Still don't get it, huh, sis? I'm always with you.
I love them so much. I don't want any of them to die. She cut her hair kind of like Vi.
Yeah. What about the Yeah.
Vander.
It was fantasy.
I will be surprised if he recognized them, but that's a. I will welcome that. Yeah.
He's gonna want to turn them into whatever he is. Well, so far, this is what the creatures do. They haven't killed anyone. They just kind of like touch them and turn them into whatever they are.
But if they're no longer them, that's killing them.
We don't know. We don't know what they are.
I hope they can be turned back.
Well, if it is like we saw in Jayce's world in the future, then no, but...
Whoa.
That was... It's like alien, I don't know. So is this the thing that we saw in the future? Because it was kind of like a sphere like this. Yeah, this is the what we saw in the future.
Ekko, turn back the time, please.
Yeah, now would be a really good time to do that.
I'm surprised why Ekko hasn't done that yet.
Where is Ekko actually?
He's still unconscious.
There he is.
There. There's our boy.
No. Do it. Turn back time.
No, that's his pose.
Yeah.
In the other world.
That's what I said. Like it's the sphere. Oh, God. Yeah, so it was Jayce. Wait, this is the scene.
The path. This is just like, yeah. This is just like the path in Attack on Titan.
This is Eren Yeager.
This is Viktor. Oh, wow, the art
So
landscape.
big.
So what are you attempting to do?
They want better lives.
Okay,
But
okay.
emotion clashes with reason. Humanity's self-corrupting contradiction.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You've
in
always wanted
episode
to cure what you thought were weaknesses.
6.
Your leg. Your disease. But you were never broken, Viktor. There is beauty in imperfections.
True.
They made you who you are.
That's true.
An inseparable piece of everything I admired about you.
Yep, the boy savior.
I kind of want them to talk. Turn back time.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Ekko.
Do it.
Oh, so he can only do that like for 4 seconds. Yeah, so that's why.
But Heimerdinger found a
uh,
way to make it last longer. How did he do it?
That's true. Oh, don't tell me he will kill himself in the process. That's a risk.
Yeah,
if you
there's-
go above.
Yeah, I think that there's a risk, right? Oh, he's here. Viktor?
What's up with the device?
Oh, he has the hand.
I thought I wanted us to give magic to the world. Now, all I want is
To
my
have your
partner
back.
back.
Ah, fuck yeah. See.
Why do you persist? After everything I've done.
Because I promised you. Why'd you ever give me this? Why?
So that was probably him.
It has the same staff.
I thought I could bring an end to the world's suffering. But when every equation was solved, all that remained were fields of dreamless solitude. There is no prize to perfection, only an end to pursuit.
So he regretted his decision.
In all timelines, in all possibilities.
Oh, they were different rooms.
Yeah.
Only you can show me this.
Oh.
You must go, Jayce.
We finish this together.
What are they planning to
Finish
do?
it how? Well, what do you mean finish?
Are they gonna kill themselves?
All the timelines? What do you mean finish?
Whoa,
the animation is
the
so
art.
cool.
This is
Yeah.
like animate, like 2D.
It's like 2D. Yeah.
Whoa.
This is incredible. Why did you let
This
go?
is art.
Don't let go. Aw, it's them again. The animation, dude.
Are you fucking serious? Did they really kill themselves? Is that how it ends?
No. No, they're living happily ever after in a different.
Oh no. Oh no, I hope they're okay.
No, they're going to another timeline and then they're gonna fix it, right?
No, they won't, because this is the best outcome for everyone else. They have to go through with it. Please be okay. No.
Hurry, you can make the other leg!
Yes, please, come on. No, don't think about Vander. You have no time. What are you trying to do? No, let it go. It's fine. I love Vander too, but it's fine. Just go. No.
Please, your sister's right there, please.
Ah, fuck. I fucking hate that. No. No.
No. No.
Always with you, sis.
This is not fair. This is not fair. Please tell me that Vander is going to be like.
If I could just lay my head down and rest.
Are you serious? Are you serious right now? No, this isn't fair.
That's for powder.
No, she didn't deserve that. Ekko doesn't deserve it. Vi doesn't deserve that.
Savika!
Our only consolation that with every loss, you found some good. Some light. Worth gaining.
That's
worth fighting for.
That's the daughter.
Yeah.
Where's Viktor? And Jayce?
And though we are doomed to revisit the error of our ways,
Don't tell me it
spark
finds
ever more conflicts.
next deck. No.
It's Ambessa's mask.
Is she going to wear that now? Oh yeah, she's returning to Noxus, I guess. See, this is what I don't get, like...
Our story isn't over.
But it is though.
It is.
Sequel! Sequel!
Oh, she looks cool.
Yeah, she did injure her eye. Oh, she was recording this for like future Caramans?
Yeah. No.
Is that the lullaby that Jinx humming before?
She's lost everyone.
Is that
That's not fair.
singing? Are you still in this fight, Violet?
What more fight? I think I need to.
Dirt under your nails, Cupcake.
I think I need to reread her speech
Clean me out.
just now. That's it. Is there any post-credit scene? Let me check. I will have to like reread what Caitlyn said, like her speech.
Wait, there's no, there's no after credits.
Okay, I have finished revisiting that that speech that Caitlyn made, and I don't know why it just kind of reminds me of how Attack on Titan ends.
I was
sorry
thinking
for
the exact same thing. This is like Armin's
sorry
speech.
for
Yeah. This is like Armin.
Attack on Titan spoiler. Skip to this time frame if you want to, if you don't want to hear about that. Okay. Yeah, it's almost like violence is a cycle, and like we will spark more conflict, but our story isn't over. Yeah, that's just like
it's the exact same thing.
What
I
Armin
got the
said.
same feeling.
I don't know where we should begin. Do we? Okay. Okay, first thing first. Wait a minute.
I just want to cry right now.
Okay, first thing first. I think one of the arguments that I saw online is that people think the season 2 is like it's not fair enough for Zaun, and I think that's like for the rest of the episodes, like from episode 1 to like 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's the case. But in episode 9, I think but Zaun still doesn't have its independence. But now they're kind of they're still forming an alliance, but they sort of give them a cookie, I guess, by putting one of them in a council, which I am very happy that it's Savika. And I know, yeah, it might not seem like, I mean, I would have loved it if like Zaun gets its independence, but I guess yeah, it's... I cannot help but to still be happy that they at least have a seat in the council now. Which I get is like probably not enough for some people.
I don't know.
So yeah, I think that's my only thought about the whole Piltover and Zaun conflict. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure like other analyses have done this more deeper, and I actually would love to like watch or analysis about that, but so far that's my thought.
Yeah, I was really hoping that I know that Ekko is more of an like action person, that he was gonna be the savior in action, like literally action, but I was hoping to see more of him in like the aftermath. They didn't show him at all. Like now I'm thinking, like, did he die in that? Oh no, wait, no, they showed him mourning for Jinx.
He burned the
yeah. But that was it. Like it's like his role was done there, and that's it. And I thought I would get more satisfaction from like the whole Zaun conflict if I saw Ekko in sort of like a leader position. I'm glad about Savika though.
But he's so young though.
We've been rooting for her ever since the beginning. Like she should be leading the Undercity and everything, but.
And our only argument is that we're not sure if Savika actually wants that, but I think for the good of Zaun, she will do it.
She will do it even if she doesn't want to, but...
Yeah. Ekko, I feel like I would have loved him to be the leader as well, but he's too young right now, but I can see him, like... I can see Savika passing the torch to him later.
I still want to say that was a little bit unsatisfying, to be honest.
Really? Really? Okay, which part are you not satisfied with?
With the episode as a whole, I don't think it's a satisfying last episode.
Interesting. Fair enough. Like, yeah, but...
I'm not...
personally, I am actually happy with it. I don't know why. Probably I will understand why if like once you can identify like which part you're not okay with.
Well, the song part is one big one. Like I really wanted Zaun to be independent.
Yeah. Fair.
I could hear 100 arguments as to why this is the better outcome, but in my heart. Politically, sure, but like in my heart, I felt like they deserve the independence.
Definitely, they do.
And it should have been the ending to honor like
for them,
Vander and Silco's memory. And the thing that was really, really unsatisfying for me was Jinx's death.
You know what?
Like,
wait, sorry, I'm sorry to cut you off, but before we go, because like that discussion with Jinx's death is going to be another discussion on its own, but you said like to honor Vander and Silco's memory, and that is true, but also even if we want to speak like the current war, like if Jinx and Ekko wasn't there, like Ambessa will get her ways. That's one. And then like even if it ends there, and Ambessa got taken down, Viktor will still end the whole world if only
Ekko wasn't there.
Ekko didn't turn back the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, that's the case. So they are the MVP of this story, I think, of this war at least. Jinx and Ekko. I think so, yeah. Mel too, and Caitlyn, but they were almost defeated by Ambessa until Ekko and Jinx came. So that's my thoughts about the whole war and also Piltover and Zaun. And I need to mention, I haven't really watched analysis or anything, but aside from what I saw in Twitter, I actually like in passing, I saw a thumbnail of a video analysis and also the title of the analysis that says, Arcane has always been centrist. I haven't watched that, but I think that may explain a little bit as to why things end this way. But in regards to Piltover and Zaun. But yeah, I am not sure if I am confident enough to talk in length about that, but just telling you that that's the case. Okay, do you want to talk about Jinx's death, or do you have any more to say about this?
No, as I was saying, like, Jinx's death really felt very unsatisfying to me. Like, her whole character arc, I understand this is kind of like a redeemable, like, she's redeeming herself for all the trouble she caused and everything. Because obviously, like, when she was Jinx and she was at her worst moment, all like going crazy and doing stuff and killing people, of course she's not innocent. It's understandable why she was like that, but she's not free of like crimes. But I feel like it would have been a much better ending and more satisfying if Jinx lived with like
and heal
who with who no in general, like, kept living and doing her own thing her own way, and learned to live with who she is and accepting both like Vi and maybe, I don't know, who knows, maybe having a life with Ekko and I don't know, that would have been a much better and satisfying ending for me, because out of all people I feel like Jinx really deserved it. And not only that, but also Vi. The whole thing about Vi was her actions really always were conditioned by whatever happened to Jinx or Powder, and like, she really, I don't know, I feel like her death affects not only obviously her, she didn't get to have a happy ending, but that also means like Vi doesn't get a happy ending, because she lost her whole family. She lost Tiger, she lost Milo, she lost Vander, and now she lost Jinx. Like, how is that fair for her too? And even Ekko, like, how is that fair for Ekko? Like, I don't know.
But yeah, do you want to say more about it? I have
no.
my
I just as much as it could make sense, narratively speaking, it doesn't sit well with me in my feelings. Like, it doesn't give me a satisfying ending. It doesn't, like, I wasn't expecting for it to be the like this alternative world that we saw in that episode. I wasn't expecting that at all, but I was expecting some sort of I wouldn't say happy ending, but not Jinx dying. Like, that doesn't seem fair to me, or necessary, really. I don't really, my thing is, I don't see the point in her dying, really. That's what happens with me.
Okay, I see what you mean, and for me personally, so what I said to you, I think I know, because at the start of this episode I said that I know two things will happen in this episode. First is I call it the shining, shimmering, splendid scene of Jayvik, because everything is shining, shimmering, and splendid. And the other is actually Jinx dying. I actually already know about that. But I don't know how it will happen and how I will feel about that. But actually, watching this, I think it's a satisfying ending simply because, from my point of view, me looking at what Jinx is feeling.
We decided to exclude this section of the discussion because we believe that it may trigger some people. There is also a possibility that it may promote an action that we do not support. So for the sake of your safety, we will skip the discussion and head on straight to its ending.
And also, I am an angst lover, I guess, so all kinds of sacrifice and things like this at the end of the episode, I actually like it. So yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I get where you're saying that it's not actually necessary for Jinx to do this. Like it's almost like the writer is trying to mess us up when they can actually like make her live happily and move on and heal. Like that is also a writing choice that they could have gone. And the thing is, when it comes to the plot, like okay, I'm treating this differently between what Jinx want and the plot itself, because like there's no reason for Vi to almost like die because like she wants to still have she still wants to cure Vander, like she still believes Vander is there. I feel like that's a bit of a I do know that plot wise it's a bit of a push.
A little bit.
Like that part doesn't need to be there for me personally, to the point that Jinx has to like sacrifice herself. I don't think that's needed. But
not at all.
When I think of what Jinx want, I feel like I understand her, and yeah.
I actually don't think this is the case. I think
I think we just have we can agree to disagree. But
I still stand that
totally
it's
understand.
Completely unsatisfying ending for Jinx for me. I do not like it at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So now we have talked about one of the deaths. What do you think of the other deaths, Jayce and Viktor?
Yeah,
I'm not really sure if we can even like. Can we even like say that's death? Because like they're simply like a poof, gone.
I don't know. I was gonna say, when you asked me what were the unsatisfying things, I said there were 3. One,
is Jinx.
Jinx. The other one is Zaun not being independent. And the third one is Jayce and Viktor. Now this one, the conversation that they had, that was satisfying. I think it was well executed and everything. I did kind of like that. But
that conversation is gay as fuck. I'm sorry.
That was like
you know what? No. When Jayce was saying like. No, when Jayce was saying like, oh, I thought I want to do blah blah blah, but then there was a pause before he said his final word, and I'm like, is he going to say like, but all I want is I want you back. I thought that I was like being, I thought that I was being reaching, and then too much. I'm wearing my shipping goggles, but then he really did say that. Fuck you, Jayce.
No, that was.
Why did you say
absolutely no heterosexual explanation. I'm sorry, but say whatever the hell you want, but nobody's going to convince me that wasn't gay. Sorry, but like.
No, I mean like that. I mean, you can be okay. I just want to say you can be very, very platonically in love with your best friend, and it's fine. But like, I would appreciate more if I see it from a queer perspective, and I really love that.
Yeah,
that
I was not expecting that level of homoromantic. Like, I did not. You know, it's funny because as I was watching, I was thinking of what I said at the beginning of our discussion when I was like, no, I think, you know what, because of the dialogues and interactions, I think that Zondax is much more romantically hinted.
Appealing.
Scratch that, forget what I said. This is like, I don't know.
They turn everything with just one episode.
This is like one of the gayest scenes I have ever watched that are not canon. Like, it's almost as Naruto and Sasuke, like, sorry to bring that up, but like, it's that level of
Naruto came inside my mind when Jayce was like,
only you.
Okay,
like,
I think Viktor was asking, why would you do everything like this for me or something like that.
Why do you keep doing
that?
This?
Reminds me of that reminds me of what Sasuke asked of Naruto. Exactly. Like, why do you go through this length for me? And I'm not, like, in case you don't know, I cannot speak for other people, but for me personally, there is a satisfaction in, like, I don't know why, but I feel more satisfaction in shipping and looking at something that is hidden.
Yeah.
As in, like, I am more inclined to ship something that is actually not stated outright. Yeah. I don't know why. For some reason, I actually prefer that. I don't know why. And this is the case for Jayvik. Zondax is probably Zondax too, but yeah, that's that. I guess.
I was shocked, to be honest. I did not know it was going to be this heavily implied. Like, I did not expect it. This does kind of change everything about well, not everything, but it does change some things.
As in what?
As in how I feel about Jayce and Viktor romantically. I do think I do think
so too. But still not more than Zondax. Zondax is still I don't know why I'm usually like
No. I'm
very
not saying what I like more. I'm saying what is more like romantically implied.
Yeah, that's fair. But I was talking about myself. Like I like this. I like it. I like Jayvik more now, but still not above Zondax. Personally, it's what I feel. But I feel like I already know that the amount of fan works of Jayvik, they have more of Jayvik stuff than Zondax, and I feel like the more I explore fan works, I will probably get into Jayvik more, simply because like the sheer amount of stuff that they have. I think I've read some Caitlyn and Vi stuff as well. Caitlyn and Vi Fix, but then for Caitlyn and Vi, I don't read anything plot related because like they're not finished yet, they're still alive. That's different from Zondax. Yeah, I try to keep away from like plot C stuff to not spoil myself even further. Jayvik also, I haven't read anything much except for seeing some art. That's the same case with everyone actually. Like, but you know what? Timebomb. Timebomb is
there was nothing
there's that's the ship name for Ekko and Jinx, and the way I really wish, you know what? I really wish when the episode started, when Ekko was trying to stop Jinx from killing herself, I was like, say I love you. That is the only way she will like, as in like, that will shock her so much that she will like, wait, what? I think, like, and I'm not saying that, like being in love with someone, like being in a relationship will stop any kind of suicidal ideation. That's not how depression or suicidal ideation works. But then at least like Jayce will be reminded that she has people who love her, care for her, and then that's definitely like the shock value that Jinx will have will definitely stop. We'll have her stop and listen. But then I because they skipped that part, right? I think because they skipped the part with the Jinx and Ekko when they were having a conversation, so we don't know what transpired that made Jinx changed her mind and then ended up showing up with that new blue and purple dye. So in my head, I would like to think that that Ekko did confess to her. I hope that's the case. But that makes it even painful at the end because Jinx still go away.
Yeah, you know what? Going back to the Jinx thing, when last episode she said, no, the previous one, she said something about sacrifice and like stopping the cycle. I had a feeling she would die, but maybe what didn't sit right with me was the circumstances seemed a little bit too made up, like unnecessary.
Yeah. That last part. That is what I think.
I think that's what, because I kind of expected Jinx would die sacrificing herself for Vi specifically, but I thought it would be in a more meaningful way, like it actually made sense.
Yeah, not simply because she's about to fall down from a ledge, just because like she cannot let go of Vander.
No.
Yeah, I've talked about that, and I don't think that's.
Yeah, I think
that's a bit push.
Yeah, I was expecting something kind of like how Isha went, like that made sense.
Yeah,
because it was
it
was a desperate act to like save everyone around her. That makes sense. But this was like, no, that's why it was so unsatisfying to me, I think. Not just the outcome, but also the way it was executed.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm glad that you mentioned what Jinx said in the previous episode, because now that I think about it, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Because at first we thought she was gonna sacrifice herself, but then the first scene in this episode is that she's killing herself.
Yeah.
So is her train of thought is that like, okay, my sacrifice is that I should kill myself because I'm too much of a Jinx to everyone, so this is the best way. But that was not my reading at first. I thought she really will help, and then that is her sacrifice, and then she will be killed in the process. That is her sacrifice. But then apparently the first scene happened. That's a bit weird for me personally.
Yeah, no, I think so too. That I think there's a little bit of
it's too disjointed a bit. Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah. Well, let's go back to Jayce and Viktor. I have to confess something. Last night after we finished watching, I went back to the episode where Jayce kills Sallow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked at that, and because I wanted to make sure that happened later, because he had the beard and everything. Okay, and then we went back to the other one, and there still seems to be something missing from the moment that, remember I told you like I wanted to see what they discovered in their like Jayce, Ekko, and Heimerdinger. They simply disappeared in, I don't know, one episode, and then they're not shown together ever again. Like Jayce went to this future, and then Ekko and Heimerdinger went to this other dimension.
Yeah.
But they went separately, and like I don't know. I feel like there's something missing there that could have been explained a little bit better. I think. But yeah, I think it's because
I have my theory.
Me too. I think it's because Viktor wanted it to be like that, because Viktor.
It's because of the hex thing in her wrist and his wrist, and that is actually why. Yeah, and that's actually why Viktor, as a mage, turned back in time and then gave little Jayce the thing, and so that's how he ends up like splitting with Ekko and Heimerdinger, because Heimerdinger said, "Oh, the anomaly behaves differently around him because he actually has a hex thing."
So
it's a loop.
Yeah. So,
yeah, and yeah. What else?
Yeah, in the end, I think I was right all along when I said the mage was Viktor, and but I'm still not.
You thought no, you at first you thought it was adult Jayce though.
Yeah. But then I was like, it's either Viktor. Then the second time when I was editing, I said, oh, maybe it's not. Oh, Jayce is Viktor. That time that I was editing episode 2, I think.
You pointing that out, the time travel thing is it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we
discovered that pretty early.
Very early, I know.
Very
but then
early.
it was kind of dropped. Like I said before,
they didn't
season 1
touch that until episode 7.
Season 1 wasn't about magic at all, other than the hextech used as a technology. This season really turned into it took a very fantasy turn, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still processing that reveal, and that the question that was the most important for me to be answered this episode is, what was Viktor's goal? And I think what I suspected and what I understand is that he gave the stone to little Jayce for this timeline to happen, like the timeline of the show.
For them to meet again.
Yeah, because he knew the future Viktor, who was older, by the way, he looked older. He must have been alive for, I don't know, longer than Heimerdinger probably. Future Viktor had to make this timeline happen, and he tried it several times. He went back to give Kid Jayce the stone several times in several timelines until the Arcane, show Arcane happened. This timeline happened. To avoid this future in which everyone turns into glorious evolution. Yeah,
because he regretted his decision.
Yeah. And so he gave the stone for them for this timeline to develop, and for them to develop a bond as partners and everything, so that they would come to this conclusion of both of them disappearing and a hextech with them, right? That's what I understood.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just checking. Is this what actually happened, or this is what I wanted it to understand?
That's I don't know what is right, but that is my interpretation of things as well. So I assume because 2 people are seeing this thing, that may be the case. But anyway, what I am actually interested in regarding that plot line is actually what actually happened in the other fucked up timeline. What? Because in this, I think one of the core key in that saves everything in this timeline is that Jayce is adamant to get Viktor back, and then them
instead of
agreeing to destroy the hextech.
Yeah.
But what happened in the other timeline? Did Jayce not do that?
No, I think
Viktor just ended up killing Jayce, or maybe did Ekko didn't turn on his time travel thing? Why? That will be a very interesting thing to explore, but I'm pretty sure it's not something that will be explained here. It's just
no.
It's just something I'm wondering.
It's just, know what I was just thinking about. It's the same thing as the episode of the alternative timeline
universe.
It doesn't really have an explanation. They're not trying to explain it.
Yeah,
because it would be too hard. Following the logic of time traveling in shows is really tricky. So they're not really attempting to do it, and I understand why. But I think we were going to know what happened if Ekko didn't stop Viktor, like it was happening. Everything looked just as exactly as how how it looked in the future. Remember I said like, oh, this is where they like everything looked the same, like the sphere and everything.
Yeah, and do you remember when Ekko was trying to stop Viktor? Viktor was like shocked, and then he said, "That device can't be."
Yeah.
But then, what is he talking about? Is he talking like, is this the first time that a time travel device has been crafted? Is that why? Is that actually the key in this timeline?
You know what I think happened?
But yeah,
that there's the hextech thing, right? I think Viktor put it in his staff, right? When Jayce was trying to open the thing, right? And then Viktor took it and put it in his staff.
Yeah.
Right? Is that correct?
And
then it is the exact same thing because it's the one they created both together, Viktor and Jayce. And then that exact same thing was recreated by Heimerdinger and Ekko and the other dimension.
Actually,
the other world.
I'm sorry. Just to, I'm sorry. We keep on forgetting that Powder actually is involved in the creation of this other hextech. So, sorry, but we always forgot her all the time when we credit the invention of the other hextech. But yeah, Powder, Heimerdinger, and Ekko. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, the one that they created in this other world, they replicated this exact same hextech, whatever it's called. And I think maybe Ekko going back to this timeline and both hextechs existing in the same world is maybe not like something. It causes like a break in the loop because when they clash, the two of them clash. Could be, and that's how I kind of saw things. Like it can't be, there can't be two of them. They can't make contact. I don't know. It's like
I don't know, man. I cannot explain this. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
But it's that's so interesting, though. Yeah, I feel like I will have to like rewatch.
Oh, absolutely! I'm gonna rewatch
Jayvik scenes simply to understand
the dialogues,
exactly,
everything. I still have the same question about this Viktor, not the future Viktor, not the original Viktor that plotted all this, but the Viktor in this timeline. He was like,
which one?
The Viktor in the timeline, the one that turned into this monster, kinda.
Oh, he did say that. He did mention that in one of these in one of the scenes. Like we will have to like wait. Is it okay if I just look back and search? Okay.
So I still have the same question as to how and why did this Viktor decide that this was the future that we wanted? Like
no,
why?
The thing is, he doesn't know.
No, I know he doesn't know. That's why I'm saying this Viktor, not the future Viktor. Like, what is this current timeline, current Arcane show Viktor trying to do? I still don't. It still doesn't make a lot of sense.
He did mention that. I'm trying to see. Wait a minute.
I think he did. He in the conversation with Jayce at the very last conversation before Jayce tells him that he's the mage and everything.
Here, this. He said, "I thought I could bring an end to the world's suffering." So that's what he wanted. But when he said that, my first thought is he trying to do a little bit of a Thanos thing where he like ends the world's suffering by like so Marvel spoiler, but how come you do not know this? But yeah, Thanos wanted to like erase half of the world. I thought and I think that's because like he wants to correct me if I'm wrong, but what I remember from Thanos's objective is that he wanted humanity to like start from the beginning when everything is like not shitty or something, because right now it was too shitty, and I feel like that's a bit like what Viktor's motive is, because like now there's too much suffering, and so he wants to like rewind or like make everyone this this creature, white creature, where everything is perfect and no suffering involved. But then there apparently it's just a dreamless solitude. He said that phrase. And
Yeah,
so
I
he regretted
think-
it. Apparently it wasn't what he thought everything would be. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
I think what I'm thinking now is that his like this Viktor, not future Viktor, this Viktor, was thinking that because he got so carried away with like healing people, and his thing has always been like his complex has been always been like a physical thing, like healing his leg, healing his condition, and then he's suddenly able to do that, and so I think his goal would be
it's perfection,
making perfectly healthy human beings that are unable to die of natural causes. So he took that way too far, and then that's why that's why Jayce, and this made me cry. What he said like, you don't need to be perfect. That's what I admired about you, and it's what made me fall in love with Viktor as a character too.
Same.
Like he has so many things to do, and he's so smart, and he has so many dreams in spite of his, actually not in spite of, but because of his condition. And that moment was so beautiful when Jayce said that, and
definitely,
yeah, and I really like that part.
And it sort of reminds me of Silco's line too. Don't cry, you're perfect. And I'm like, oh,
I know. This show, honestly, it does.
Oh, by the way, I like that you mentioned perfection, because that is exactly the word that that Viktor used. He said there's no price to perfection. So I think we both kind of you especially nailed it regarding Viktor's like goal, which is like searching for perfection, especially bodily. But he was shown that it doesn't. He was reminded by Jayce that, well, you're already there. There's a beauty in imperfection. He literally said that. I'm sorry. Now let me be a shipper a bit, and that means like he thinks Viktor is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's what the line implied.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
But that is like what the line implied. Okay.
Yeah, going back to like the analysis of the whole thing, that conversation was very satisfying, like I said.
I know.
But the outcome,
it's amazing.
It's kind of like I understand why this was the only, like I don't see any other option, because it was either they kept killing each other in eternity in a loop, or they both died, or they both stay alive, which is what we said at the beginning of the episode. Like that's the only.
I actually I think I saw someone said that. No. This is like this spoiler is like so different than the others, because I had an inkling that maybe like they died together because of what someone else said, but then that is like too ambiguous that I don't even like count them into the equation. I don't even consider it like so. But the possibility of them dying, like we should have. We kind of did talk about that, yeah. Also, I wonder if like. Actually, it's very possible that only one of them survives, because like this, I'm currently watching the part where Viktor said, "You must go, Jayce." So once Jayce reminded Viktor of what he has done, Viktor is like ready to like, okay, I will end this, but then I will end this alone, and you must go. But then, not really. But even if he did this alone, I'm not even sure that the current time the piece will be solved, because like the only way for them to destroy the Hextech is that they do it together. Because if you see when Viktor is trying to do that alone, he cannot do it. Like
no.
Jayce needs to like
Jayce
stabilize
keeps
the
to,
thing. Yeah. And so I think in another timeline where older Viktor was not able to save the timeline, maybe like he failed to destroy the Hextech because he is only doing it on his own. So maybe like Jayce is it's a core key to Jayce's adamant, Jayce being like doing whatever he can to like to stay with Viktor and destroying the Hextech together is what probably saves this timeline. But also there's a lot, I do say that it's key, but then a lot of other factors have to be here for everything to happen. Ekko, yeah, I was thinking about Ekko, especially Ekko and Jinx.
That's why I think that him, Jinx, and Heimerdinger recreating this Hextech in another dimension and bringing it here also played a part, I think.
I honestly, that's what I have. Yeah. That's the only thing I have about Ekko and Jinx, Jayce and Viktor. Before I go to Cait and Vi, because just now I'm rewatching it and I suddenly saw the scene with Maddie.
That was satisfying. I want to say that was satisfying. Sorry.
Like, she literally said, like, I wish she died. And then, like, in a couple of, in another few minutes, Maddie did die. And,
yep.
I mean, yeah, I thought, I never had any malice to her since the beginning.
Me neither.
I have always,
not her.
Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, I've always seen her as, like, a victim of rebound, I guess. But
I even felt bad for her.
Yeah, but then when she was like, when she did that thing with the sniper to Cait, I'm like, yeah, this must be Maddie. No one else will do this. And then and then she got killed. That's all. So it's good that we talk. It's good that we find out the objective of Viktor, but I still don't know what the objective of Ambessa. Girl, what are you trying to do?
Listen. Okay, I want to change my third unsatisfying thing. I'm not going to say Jayvik. I'm going to say Ambessa and Mel still.
Ambessa. Yeah. I think Ambessa is pretty satisfactory to me. Mel is pretty satisfactory to me. I just don't understand Ambessa, that's all.
I don't understand Mel either. I don't understand what she did with her mom. What was that whole dialogue with the sister? And also, they never actually... The sister isn't a character. They never told us her goals, how, like... The sister
and Mel said, like, deceitful. And then Mel said...
Yeah.
And Mel called the girl deceitful. And
why?
What is she trying to deceive? Like,
that was
probably it's just me missing things, but right now it doesn't. Maybe you have an explanation for us regarding Mel and Ambessa and the Rose. So yeah, let us know. But I think what makes season 2 unsatisfying for me is how they handled the Mel and Ambessa storyline.
And again,
it's just
a pacing
too messy.
Thing. It's a pacing thing.
And the pacing, and they I know they do this show not tell. This show is good at that, but then
there has to be some level of telling.
It's too much
sometimes.
show and better. Yeah, exactly.
It's like show, but I don't know. We're not gonna tell you anything. You figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit
like
too much.
Okay, first I want to talk about Ambessa because I've mentioned this before, but what exactly? Why does she wants this war? At first I thought it was to give a revenge to the Black Rose who killed Kino, but then Mel said that she sacrificed, like she let Ambessa let Kino die. So is Ambessa like has a role in Kino's death, and not all of it is because of the Rose? So that's one. And then if, for example, her goal is to revenge against the Rose, but then is the Rose even here now? Like even in Piltover, like what does she want? Like, or does she want power? Like if she wants power, like this makes sense, but there's no hint at all that what she wants is power. What she wants is safety for her family. But then it doesn't.
But then she ends up fighting Mel, so, and she's the only family she has left. So what even is her goal?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You know what I'm
so
thinking?
Confused about.
You know what I'm thinking? I feel like this was just kind of like an excuse to have.
I feel like I know what you're going to say.
To have, it's just an excuse to give a context to have this army of people, of evolved people. And
I thought you were gonna say it only an excuse to give Mel a power or spotlight or something, because like
that
Arcane
too,
did
because
good, and like
we need But you know what?
Arcane is very good at like spotlighting all of their characters. That's all.
Yeah,
okay.
But
that's it.
It still doesn't make sense, because why do we need this power? If she only used, I thought she was going to use it. Last time I said it makes sense because we need something to balance out to fight Viktor, because Viktor is too powerful. So it makes sense for Mel to have this power, because with Mel and Viktor, with Mel
Magic
and
against
Jayce,
magic.
we can stop Viktor. If not, then there's no way.
Yeah.
But then the final battle wasn't between Mel and Viktor. It was she only used the power to fight against her mom, so it's like what? That's my only thing that sadly I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be well developed. It turned out to be right, that it was the thing with Ambessa and Mel. That was completely, I thought
we
wasn't
need more
aligned.
build up.
Yeah,
and
no,
explanations.
And listen, it's not even just that. It's not even here specifically. This one, it's not just a pacing thing. It's also, it's not. It doesn't go with plot. It just doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. The
Ambessa's
goal, it's unknown.
And Mel's power. And Mel's power also.
And Mel's power and the Rose. I feel like Mel's power is fine to me. It's just that, what is the resolution of the Rose? Like, why are they the deceitful? Like, are we missing something or
but
what?
like why is it fine? Why is the power fine? Like, what's good about it? Like, how does
I don't know.
it
Maybe it's just,
how does it help the plot? Or why is it justified? That's my question.
That's like, I think like if Ambessa and Mel is going to go one-on-one, like definitely Mel will fail, right? And so I feel like this puts her on a more even ground when standing against her mom. And I feel like because ever since the beginning, I feel like the only person who can and Ambessa, and in a poetic and narrative way, the best person to do that is Mel, and her getting power will help to this. And so I understand that, but then I don't understand why Ambessa is here in the first place. That's my problem.
That's my question. Like, why does she
I understand
have to
why
fight
Mel has to I understand why Mel has to develop their power and then fight against Ambessa. I just don't know why Ambessa should be here. If Ambessa isn't here, then then there's no reason for Mel to get her powers.
Okay, can you explain to me, like, genuine question? Because I don't get it. Why?
I mean, it's not like I may.
I know.
It's not that I can explain well.
I know.
I'll
try because I genuinely can't. Like, let's get an answer together. Try to get an answer together. Why did Mel have to kill Ambessa? To stop her?
Because, yeah.
Just to stop her? Okay. Again, like, what? What is Ambessa's freaking goal, man? Like, what? Okay, next question.
I think regarding Ambessa's goal, I already like give like some reasons, like okay, maybe revenge, okay, maybe power and everything, but then all of those have plot holes in it, and I already speak about my thoughts about it. Okay,
but okay, question is, why does Ambessa have to fight Mel to death if her goal is to protect? Like, that dialogue made absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, please, if you're watching this, please try to like explain, because we're really not understanding this plot line.
Because like because for me personally, when you said that, and then it reminds me that Ambessa's the thing that Ambessa takes care of the most, what she thinks is precious, is her family. But then for her to go against Mel like this, it means that her goal of war is so much more bigger, is much more worth it than the safety of her family. But then what is it? That's my problem. What justifies her going against her own daughter that she said that she claimed she loved so much? It just doesn't make sense for me. Yeah. So I think that's the weakest point of season 2 is Ambessa and Mel's storyline.
True. And also, what happened with Jayce and Mel? It seemed like, okay, after that reunion, that was kind of one of the few interactions that we saw, and then
they just don't build up on it anymore. Yeah.
No, it's just something that happened that was existing here, and then did he even say bye to her before planning to commit double suicide?
I mean, Jayce wouldn't have known, right, that he would commit a suicide mission with.
I don't know, because if the mage told him to, maybe the mage told him this was the way to end the Arcane, the end the loop.
I don't. So that could be the case, but maybe the mage can also simply just say to Jayce, whatever happened, no matter how much you care about your friend, kill him, because otherwise this will happen.
We don't know that.
But maybe, we don't know that, yeah. Or maybe, you know what's interesting? Because this is a time loop. Maybe the mage actually like tell him all the times that things go wrong. So like he's telling Jayce, hey, do you know? So in timeline 1, you killed me, but then this timeline still happened. So that must not work. So do not kill me. And then on the next, and then he also said, but you also once leave me, and do not kill me. You do not kill me, but then you got killed by me, and this still happened. And then next time, so like instead of saying what to do, the mage tells him all the wrong things that have gone, and so tell him don't do this. And I think in this timeline, Jayce finds out that okay, maybe what can help this is that I should stay by his side, and like kill destroy the hextech together or something. I think I'm not saying that that's how it goes. I'm just saying that will be so funny and interesting.
You know what?
Because
I think that's actually how it went. But
because old Viktor doesn't even know, like, because he keeps on trying, right? He keeps on trying to like undo this, but nothing seems to be working. So I think he's just as confused as he's just trying his best.
I think future old Viktor does know that the only thing that will stop it is okay, this is my theory. I don't know if it's true, and I think I kind of explained it before, but older Viktor, future Viktor, put the hextech, the stone here, went to the past to push Jayce to obsess over it and want to develop it. so that in the future he would meet like younger Viktor, and they would become partners and research this thing together, and by doing that they develop a bond. And so this bond is what is going to make Jayce go back to this moment, end of Arcane, and not want to kill him and go together with him. And it's because of the bond that they have that they're going to put an end to it, because he cannot kill him. You know what I mean?
That sounds manipulative. But because at first I thought the reason why old Viktor gave that little thing to little Jayce, is simply because to have him have a separate hex world with Ekko and Heimerdinger, because that's why actually like Jayce have a different world, right? Because the anomaly behaves differently, and again, if we're going into the trap of like discussing the unexplainable, which is the time
I know. Yeah, that's true. or okay, hear me out. It wasn't actually older Viktor's intention, but the fact that it ended up happening is actually what made it like stop the loop. It's what changed.
Yeah, I think that's what I that's what I thought, but then I'm not sure if it's true.
Yeah, I don't know. We can just theorize because we're never gonna know, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's true. Time travel plot is so hard to understand. Impossible. But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so we've talked about Jay.
Overall,
no. I think.
Overall, did you like the episode?
Okay, before we talk about that, I think we need to finish like talking about each of the characters first, and then not really each of the characters, but we have covered Jayvik, we have covered Ekko and Jinx, we have covered Mel and Ambessa. I think we haven't covered Caitlyn and Vi. I think we need to talk about that first before we talk about the episode, and then our final favorite character, and then So
okay, so what do you have to say about that?
I just like it. I just like how it ends. I don't, and now I think I've seen fan arts of Caitlyn have an eye patch, so I guess this explains why. I don't necessarily have and like more deeper things to say, except that I really like that fight between Caitlyn and Ambessa, because like it reminds me of their training, and so it's like Caitlyn is using what Ambessa taught her to go against her. That I like that, and I feel like Vi is trying her best, but she's not the MVP in this, and I think that's I'm personally fine with it. She's still one of my favorite characters, and I like their ending. I think it's a satisfying ending. That's all, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything to add, really.
All right. In that case, are you ready to... Yeah, you asked me about my opinion of the episode?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Except for the Mel and Ambessa thing, but I feel like the thing is, I kind of give up on that that part already, because like I have given up trying to make sense of it, and the other parts are enough for me to still make me enjoy the episode, but I wouldn't say that it's my favorite episode, to be honest, of season 1 or season 2 or both. I think we should also make a little ranking about our favorite episodes later. So now let me ask you back, how do you think about this episode?
I thought it was a really good episode. It was a really good episode. I just don't think it was the best ending, but specifically because of Jinx. Like that really didn't sit right with me. Other than that, I think I did like the conclusion of, as much as it hurts me, I did like the conclusion of Jayce and Viktor. I just would have liked to see more of Ekko. Well, Ekko and Jinx, but yeah.
I thought I've said everything I wanted to say, but I forgot. I haven't okay, there's two things that I want to talk about, but now I already forgot the other one. But one of them is about the ending with Mel, because it seems like she has gone back to Noxus, right? And so I am still, I know one of our viewers have like explained the Arcane world to us, like how does Noxus is really in relation of Piltover, but I'm sorry, I somehow forgot what it was, and now I'm confused. Like, is it so easy for her to just like resign from her counselor seat and then go back to Noxus? And yeah, what is she going to do next? But if we're going to have a sequel about Noxus, I think that will be very interesting.
I don't think I would.
And I guess
I wouldn't be interested in watching a sequel to this. No.
Really? A sequel to this because of Noxus, or like a sequel to this in general?
In general, because it
really?
seems
Why?
like it had an ending to what. Okay, so the main plot was the Hextech and, well, obviously the relationship, Vi and Jinx and everything, but like the whole plot, if you ask me what is the plot of Arcane, it has to do with Hextech and Zaun as a independent nation, and both things got resolved in this episode, so like there's...
Oh, definitely, but I'm not saying... When I'm saying an sequel, it doesn't always mean a sequel that is connected to this, as in like a spin-off. I think that is a better term for it. I think I will definitely love to watch a spin-off of Noxus or other city or other timeline, other storyline in the League of Legends world, but I don't know if they will do that. And I think I now understand why the video called Welcome to Noxus is like blowing up, because I guess many people thought it would be the spin-off to Arcane, because like it makes sense. The thumbnail is of Mel, like this is a reference if you want, but maybe like that would make a really interesting spin-off personally. Okay, well, what did you want to say just now?
As I was watching the ending, oh, actually no, when I said like I want to watch more shows written by the same writers, I was actually thinking, what, because these are, a lot of them are characters or champions from League of Legends. What if they created a story, like a completely different story in another timeline, in another whatever, same world, I guess, because it's, if they come from the same world, like a completely different story with completely different characters that are also from League of Legends. I would watch that. I would definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the spin-off that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not, Mel is not a completely different character, and it's the same world, so it's not really what I'm saying.
I mean, like, there's no way for us to be completely removed from the current champions that we have now, Vi, Caitlyn, Jinx, and everyone. So there, I would be fine if there will be a cameo from them, for example. And but basically like a different story. I do not want a continuation of this because I think this is already fine. I just want something else, I guess. That's, but in the same world. Something like Fantastic Beast as a even though I'm not really a fan of Fantastic Beasts, but that's what I'm something what I'm referring to.
But that's what I mean, completely unrelated, and the like. Yeah. The only thing that they share is the world, but it happens before. I was thinking like Game of Thrones and what's it called? House of Dragons.
Yeah, something like that too. Yeah, something like that too.
Yeah, I would watch
I generally forgot what other thing I wanted to say. It may have something to do with Vander, like Jinx's memory of Vander. Like that is pretty heartbreaking, but I don't have anything else to say. I think that was what I forgot. but I may be mistaken. Yeah. Are you ready? So we've talked about all the characters. We've talked about our feeling of the episode. Are you ready for your ranking of characters and episodes? Which one do you want to do first?
I don't really have the episodes fresh in my mind to do a ranking right now, to be honest.
Fair enough. Okay, we can do the characters.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. I just like I know you don't remember it, but should I mention it still?
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead if you want.
Okay. From what I can remember, my favorite episode, actually now, and I may change my opinion, but this is actually my favorite episode simply because like it's a high point. At first I thought this wouldn't be my favorite episode, but now that I sit more to it, and even though I know it's like there are flaws in it, I feel like this is a very high point that I like. So this one is my number one, and my second one is probably the so 5, 6, and 7. The 5 because like we are shown them reuniting, our little family reuniting, and then they found the letter. Fuck that. And then so 6 is my episode 6 of season 2 is one of my favorite. I think it was also because of, I think we were shown Silco backstory as well. Silco's my favorite. Yeah, Silco backstory. And then episode 7 of season 1, and then episode 7 of season 2. Episode 7 of season 1 is the Ekko and Jinx, and then episode 7 of season 2 is the alternate timeline, again because I am seeing Silco again, Silco and Thunder. I actually that is tied with like episode 3 of season 1, where I first became a Zaun dad. That's it. Okay, I'm done. Are you ready for your top character?
Yeah, I think for me, I can't remember. I know there were. So I don't. The reason I can't say I have like a favorite episode is because I have a lot of favorite moments that are scattered between different episodes. So I would say the one that impacted me the most is probably episode 3, season 1. But the one that I enjoyed the most, maybe, or the one, because so many things were happening and a lot of things that I had questions for were answered. I think this episode and episode 6 are tied. Like they're
episode
both
6 of season 2?
Yeah. No, sorry, not episode 6. Episode, not the
7
one with the
alternate
7?
timeline.
No, not the alternative timeline. The one before that.
Which one?
The one before that.
Oh, the one. Yeah, the one where Isha killed herself.
Backstory. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about the one in which we got the backstory for Silco and Vander.
That's 5. Yeah.
Oh, that's 5. Then it's 5. Yeah.
That's 5. Same. I think it's same with me.
Yeah, the episode 5 is tied with this one, I think. But again, this one felt a little bit more unsatisfying. I liked it. It was a really good episode. I'm not sure I entirely liked it as an ending for the show.
Yeah.
It was still a really good episode. Yeah. But I can't really tell like what's my favorite episode as a whole.
Fair enough. Can you tell your favorite characters though?
You know what? My ranking is going to be boring because I don't think I change it except for one.
Your ranking is gonna be what?
It's gonna be boring because it's going to be pretty much the same except for one thing that changes.
That's fine. I think that's the case for me too.
I think Ekko is still probably number 3.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of Caitlyn or Vi in number 2, I'm gonna say Jinx.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
Number
Such
1
a
is
tragic character.
still Viktor?
And
Okay,
yeah,
you want to talk more about Jinx first?
No.
Oh yeah, and your number 1 is Viktor.
Number 1 is still Viktor, I think. I think I love him even more after this. Like seeing him suffer, like his future self and all that. Like, but I really like Jayce again now, so I don't know.
Okay, so we can do like top 3 first, and then once we figure out like the placings of that, and then we can do 4 and 5, because like that's what we did last time as well.
Okay.
Well, my top 3, Silco is still my favorite character, but number 2 is Jinx. So same with you. I used to have Jinx in my 4th. So my previous ranking is like Silco, Vander, Heimerdinger, Jinx, and Savika. But then Jinx is now my number 2. Silco stays the same at number 1. My number 3 is still Vander. They're just, yeah, still Vander. So do you want to do your 4th and 5th first, or because I think I need to rethink about which one is my 4th and 5th.
Yeah, I think probably recency bias, but no, I think I mentioned him in my top 5 before too, but I think Silco is still one of my favorite too. Probably number 4. And number 5, I want to say it's Jayce. After this episode, it's funny because I think Jayce was my first favorite character. Oh, well, no, actually, really? No, it was Vi. It was Vi actually. For the whole first arc of the show of season 1, it was Vi. But then it was Viktor for a long time in season 1. And then I was like, oh, I don't like him anymore. I mean, Jayce, I don't like him anymore. And then I liked him again, and like, yeah, I think
Jayce is so funny. Like, he's gone up and down. I think out of everyone, the one that has like multiple character development and goes up and down is him.
Yeah.
And I actually like have him as my 4 now, I think. I'm pretty sure he's my 4th now.
Okay.
But for the 5th, I have trouble deciding like Ekko, Vi, between Ekko and Vi. Yeah. But like my feeling for number 5 is very, very weak compared to number 4. And then there is a very huge difference between 4 and with the rest of the 3. Like these 3, Zaun and Powder, Jinx, and I feel very, very strong with them. But the others, yeah, they're good for me. Yeah. But the closest to them is probably like Jayce, but still far away. I still like them best. These 3 best. Yeah, that's all for me. I think we have covered everything about this. So, what do you think of Arcane as a whole?
Look, in terms of what it made me feel, I think it made me feel so many things that other shows haven't made me feel. Except probably like Naruto, Full Metal.
I was about to say Naruto.
Those kind of shows.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter. But
it's amazing how they're able to do this within just like this much. 2 seasons.
Yeah. But I don't put it, there's still a lot under those ones. I mentioned those because those are my favorite shows.
Right, okay.
they're still not. It's still not at that level. Mostly because it's a little bit too confusing at times to follow, like a little bit too hard to follow in certain things. Maybe because we didn't really know the world building, or the names were too many names. I don't know. In terms of enjoyable, from 1 to 10, I'm gonna say 10. Like, it's so enjoyable to watch in a very masochist way. It's intriguing. No, but it has, look, it has to like check the boxes. It's intriguing. It has some plot twists. It is a little bit predictable at times, but in a positive way, because like I've said before to you, I think I don't mind when a show is predictable, because you know where the story is going, and I actually like that sense of kind of like security. Like, I know where it's going, where it should go, and it goes that way. I just don't know how it's going to get there, and I feel like Arcane is a really good show in that way. In terms of emotion, also 10 out of 10. In terms of writing, it was incredible. Like, some of the things were placed so early on. It was incredible. But I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 in writing just because of things like Mel and Ambessa. So I would say like 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 maybe. Especially from season 2. But in general terms, it was good. How about you?
Before I share my thoughts, do you know at which, do you have a clear like point at which you realize, oh, the show is a banger, or like something like that? Do you realize,
for me,
do you have that point?
I'm not sure. I think there has to be one, but I can't think of it now.
I'm asking you that because like I clearly remembered where it was for me, and that was when Vander had his conversation with Vi near the bridge at episode 2 of season 1, and I literally said, like, when that happened, I literally said to you, I've been liking I like this so far, like, or I'm not gonna lie, I like this so much so far, or something. And then at that point I'm like, this show is gonna mess me up. And then by the end of episode 2, I already mentioned that I can feel myself getting into this, and I was right. Like, it's only like two episodes, it's all they need to get me hooked. And yeah, it has destroyed me. Arcane as a show as a whole, I cannot really rate it inside my top 10, because like for me to rate something inside my top 10, I need to like sit on it and not claim it right away after I watch it, because there will be a recency bias or something.
Yeah, of course.
But I totally agree with you. Enjoyment 10 out of 10. Yeah. Now I remember the other thing that I wanted to mention, aside from, what was it? Aside from whatever that was I was trying to talk about, was actually like how good the animation is. This is probably actually one of my favorite animation in this show. That part with Jayce and Viktor, like, it's amazing. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry for like sudden jump of topic, but it was Arcane as a series. I think I will obsess over it, just like how obsessed I am with like Attack on Titan, but in terms of like, not necessarily, I feel like, okay, I did say that I need to sit it out, but I have a feeling it won't be in my top 10, the way I see myself also with Attack on Titan. Like, I'm obsessed with the like being in the fandom. I will be very, very active in the fandom. I enjoy everything related to Attack on Titan, but then the show itself is not in my top 10. So I think Arcane, but it's too soon for me to say that. But I can see a similar trajectory, I guess. I I think, yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say because I'm not really good at explaining the why. Yeah, but
sometimes
I agree,
it's just
with a lot of
about
things
you
said.
like it or not. Like,
Yeah. Because
me-
something can be a good show, like a perfect show on paper, but then it just means differently
it
to different
depends on
people.
how it gets to you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like to give a much more accurate rating as to how much I like it, I need to watch it again. Maybe not the whole thing. Like, I'm not gonna watch the fights again because I don't care. But I need to watch the important scenes again. I need to watch it again because,
especially knowing what we know now, right?
Exactly. I need to go back to, like, I don't know, the episode where Jayce was a kid. Like, watch all watch it in retrospective. I feel like I need that. I really need it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I'll have...
But I already know I will obsess with this, especially when it comes to being in the fandom, like, and then being active in it. Yeah, I don't think I will write anything for it because I don't know if I have said this, but I attempted to. I have made a pledge. Made a pledge to myself that I want to read all the Zaun that's fics out there, but then I probably will fail in the middle because there's just too much of it. But yeah, I probably will not create anything, but just consume. Like, that's probably what my state is going to be with this fandom. But I will be enjoying my time.
Yeah, I
will be the hype man.
I'm probably going to search for a lot of meta now, a lot of theories, a lot
definitely.
of video analysis.
I want to watch other people's reactions. I want to watch other people's reactions too. And analysis too.
Yep, me too.
I wanna watch that one that I don't know if it's right to like gush over other videos in that, but I want to watch that one that's titled like Arcane is always centrist. Like, I can see why, but I want to hear the justification of it. Yeah. I want to get deep into this. Also, like, interviews with the voice actors and then the producers, everything else behind the scenes.
I'm gonna be watching all that.
I know. I have stopped myself doing that. Like, I've seen that, of course, in my feed, but I'm trying not to watch them. Okay, so wow, 2 hours and 21 minutes.
I know, it is done.
And this is not even included our introduction discussion. So you were right, because just now Naus was saying, it was like, this is gonna be like 3 hours. And I'm like, no, there's no way it's gonna be 3 hours.
Well,
I mean, at least the discussion itself.
Cut out some parts, but
everything will be like 3 hours. Like, this is on real time. This is 3 hours, but I think our video will only be like 2 hours and a half, or like 40 minutes probably. But damn.
Wow. Well, it was the last episode, so we had to do this and get all our thoughts out of the way. And I can't believe this is the last one.
We probably. I want to watch the music videos and other things with you, but we'll see. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you've been watching I know a lot of people do watch and hear our discussions, and I really appreciate that you guys take part in it with your comments and explaining things. So in this episode, more than any other episodes, I would really appreciate if you guys clarified some things. Also, like, what were your thoughts? Did you like the last episode? What are your top 3 characters.
Yeah, I bet there
top
are
5
lots
characters.
of like, contradictive. Oh yeah, we want to know your top 5 characters and like top 5 episodes if you have a list of that too. Yeah, we did mention that in the last episode too. And I know a lot of people will have contradictive feelings about this final episode and of season 2 as a whole. But yeah, I wonder which boat you are at, I guess.
Yeah. So that's it from us, guys. This is the last time you're gonna watch us react to Arcane, but not the last time you're gonna watch us react to something, because we still have things planned to watch. So maybe now it's a good moment to remind you guys of recommending shows. We're still taking suggestions. We're gonna make a poll. Yeah. Anything else to add?
Yeah, and yeah, you did say that this is our last reaction to Arcane, but we don't know if there will be a spin-off or we'll do anything else Arcane related. But yeah, this is the end of the show for now. So yeah, this makes it the end of the reaction to it too. No, I don't have anything else to add other than that. But generally, thank you so much. Arcane is our first show that we reacted, so this has been an immensely enjoyable journey, and not simply just reacting to it, but then we are very I don't know if you guys know, but like we are very ecstatic every time someone leaves a comment and then, hey, do you guys see do you see this, like it says this is this. Yeah, that's
and we also try to bring it into our
made
videos
us very
too.
happy. Yeah, thank you so much for being on a ride. And yeah, I'm now part of you guys, Arcane fans.
Arcane fans.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, let us know in the comments your top 5 characters or top 3 and top episodes. Did you like the episode? Did you like the ending? Would you like a different ending? Were you expecting a different ending? Let us know all that in the comments. And if you like this reaction and our other reactions, also subscribe.
Please give it a like as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care,
We'll
guys.
see you maybe in other shows, maybe. Or yeah. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.